New day, new time to make some money. We're back again with Degen Fantasy. We got a slew of guests, mainly the one and only Brian in the building. And so let's get into it. It's Degen Fantasy. It's your boy Rocky Prop, Rookie Bets, Double Down Dan. Here with Brian. We're about to get into some. Oh, we got a whole lot of shit to get into today, Dan. Why don't you give him the slew of what we're going over today?
We got too much shit going on. We got picks in NBA, picks in NHL, picks in NASCAR. We got shit going on today.
Yeah, so if you guys want to make some money, tune in today, lock in. We're also fucking hilarious and not streaming to TikTok right now because TikTok's whack, even though we're eligible. So, you know, the swear words are going to be at a fucking all-time high. So, boys, how you doing? How's it feeling?
Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead. Tell him about your last night there, buddy.
So last night,
what a good night you had.
Last night I logged into my local sports book, and if you know anything about NASCAR Xfinity Series, there's two Siegs, and there's a Kyle Sieg and a Ryan Sieg. One is significantly better and more well-equipped than the other, and Sage Karam has been, let's say, a part-time driver. I think he's only raced 2 or 3 races before. He normally dabbles in IndyCar, and his results have been not very good. And he qualified in the 30s. His practice times were, I think he was last in practice. So jump on the site, and it was Ryan Sieg versus Cage Sarum for, I think, minus 135. And obviously the book put the wrong Sieg in. It should have been Kyle Sieg, not Ryan Sieg, because Ryan Sieg is the better of the two. And yeah, got to unload on when the books make mistakes. So yeah, put
the exact Discord post said, "Hey, when the bookies fuck up, you got to goddamn unload on that shit." And he fucking unloaded on that shit, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, originally put only $100, which is like a unit for me, and then I sat around and thought about it for about 30 seconds, and then was like, I need to text my bookie and press this. So got it up to 5 units, and hey, it hit within, I think he went directly to the garage on lap 1, sat in the garage for like 40 something laps, and then finally came out. So, I mean, it was like an instant winner. So,
yep, it was too.
It wasn't even racing.
Dude, your bookie must have been fucking furious, dude.
Yeah, so he was probably looking at his phone saying, what inside information does this guy have? So a little bit of luck. But yeah, like we've always said, NASCAR, the bookies just aren't good at handicapping NASCAR. So if there's gonna be some mistakes, you got to pounce on them. And I mean, it's a very rare occurrence that stuff happens.
So let me ask you this real quick, and then we'll get into the rest of the show. If you had to cap that realistically, Ryan Sieg would have been what, like a minus 350 over Sage Karam?
Yeah, he would have. I mean, he qualified in the top 10. His practice laps were 12, 13, something in that range. So
yeah,
and I mean, when you get that good of odds, you just gotta hit it. So got lucky last night, and I haven't gotten paid out yet. We'll get paid out on Tuesday, and I don't know. I guess Outback Steakhouse on me.
Come up. He's like, yeah, dude was sitting in the garage for about 40 laps. He didn't even have his foot on the gas pedal. It's like, dude, let me throw an extra 5 on this, please. Your bookie's like, I mean,
it's so great that this is the best part about NASCAR. Not a lot of people watch it. It's very low viewed, so nobody knows what the fuck's going on. And this is why we attack this goddamn sport like no other, because they don't know what the fuck is happening. And if you know what's happening, you can come up on these lines like he did last night. But most of the time, even just a normal line, like you'll have a driver that should not be against another driver for like minus 105. That's fucking ridiculous, dude. But yeah. All right, let's hit the show, buddy. Take us through Rocky Prop.
I'm going to slide these displays over real quick so we can get everybody on screen pretty nicely like that. All right, cool. All right, so yeah, we got a slew of basketball and hockey tonight. Nothing like crazy. There's not a ton of games going on, but I'm just gonna pop up some of our picks. But while we're talking NASCAR, I want to dive into Dan's picks for NASCAR tonight because this is something we were speaking about. Let me see if I can slide these over with the 3. There we go. So Dan, these are your picks. I made a nice little display for it. Can you break it down and tell us, like why you putting your where your mouth is?
Yeah, I think what and Brian can touch on this more when he reacts to. I think this is probably maybe the first time he's seeing him. Maybe he saw him on Discord or whatever. But I think Toyota, for some reason, has been really strong here. Last night, I thought they had the best 2 cars in the Xfinity race. I don't think that is going to directly equate to today's Vegas race. I do think Joey Logano's a live driver today. I expect Larson to win. He is the favorite. He has turned the best practice. He was great in qualifying as well. But I think Reddick here is just he's better at Vegas than Elliott has been in the last couple races. I like him in this matchup. It's minus 130. I'm not happy with the juice there, but slim pickings this week for matchups. I took Reddick to finish in the top 5. I think he's going to finish probably in the top 3, but I still get a plus number in the top 5, so I'll take that. And then I hate Alex Bowman. I hate taking Alex Bowman in any sort of matchup. I think this is my least favorite goddamn pick that I've ever fucking bet. I expect fully that Alex Bowman is going to remember that he's a piece of shit and he's going to crash out in the first 15 laps. But statistically, when you're looking at everything, Bowman should beat Keselowski in this matchup. I like minus 105, not really throwing too much on that juice. And I think he beats Keselowski. So
who's Bowman drive with? Isn't he drive with Ford?
No, he's in a Chevy. He's in the 48, Jimmy Johnson's old car.
Shout out Jimmy Johnson. I haven't heard that name in forever. Yeah, these are ones I'm definitely going to be tailing today. So do you bet often on top 5 finishes?
No, it's on a rare occasion. I just really like this plus 190 here with Reddick. I really do think he's gonna perform today. So I'd be shocked if he's not at least in the top 6, 7. So
Brian, you got any spots you're looking at? I don't have displays for you, but any
Yeah,
drivers you're looking at?
the one that I found this morning that I really liked. So teammate matchup. So Chris Buescher versus Keselowski. So again, fading Keselowski like Dan. Chris Buescher from a practice perspective and qualifying, top 10 in both. Yesterday, Keselowski mid to low 20s. So I think the speeds in Buescher's car. Keselowski has struggled this year. I mean, he's been up front, but he hasn't really finished races. So this, I don't believe, is going to be a crash fest like the last 2 races. I think they're gonna kind of spread out. We're finally out of the super speedways, so we actually get into real 1.5 mile races. And I if you looked at the truck race, which was surprisingly very reckless, and the race yesterday, not many cautions. The Cup guys are just so much better than both of those 2 series. I expect there to be long green flag runs.
Yep.
Not many cautions, and if we can get these cars strung out on long green flag runs, you're going to see a lot of people go lap down, green flag stops, things like that. So starting in the back's probably not where you want to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like it. Yeah, so we're going to tail back around to some NASCAR before we end the stream here because I know the race is today. But I know you guys have a vast sports knowledge, so I want to pull up the NBA games tonight. I have some pre-circled picks on there, but I want to hear what you guys are thinking, just based off these matchups. Who do you guys like to win, or you guys like for any type of betting advantage? You can start with Dan first.
Okay, so I'm looking at slate-wise here. Kind of a tight slate.
It is.
I would definitely side with. I think you got to take the Mavs over the Sixers. Magic over the Pistons. Pacers over the Spurs. That'd probably be my 3 favorite spots there. Everything else is, I feel like, a toss-up. Really.
My favorite one
maybe
tonight
Celtics
is the
over
Hornets.
Warriors.
Favorite one tonight is the Hornets.
We've been riding those goddamn Hornets, baby.
Riding the Hornets. They were on a hot streak, and then they ran into Milwaukee for 2 straight games. And they absolutely got
buzzsaw.
Destroyed. It was bad. But they're a solid team after that trade deadline, and I feel like people are going to be putting a lot of money on the Raptors just because it's the Hornets and they've seen them play the fucking Bucks the last 2 weeks. And I feel like the odds are juiced. Do you add any Hornets line to any parlay or anything you're doing, or even straight up the odds are juiced? I think at least somewhere near the 400s, 375s. For the Raptors, especially because the Raptors kind of need to win. Brian, any games you're looking at tonight basketball-wise?
Well, I mean, as a Sixers fan, completely fade us every game until Embiid comes back. It's just really been an inconsistent ride for us. Tobias Harris is currently he's got a wanted poster out in Philly right now. So we can't wait till that contract comes off the books. That's what is he 6'8" and he can't get rebounds. So I don't like the Sixers, especially on the road against Luka. I love that clip. I love that clip of Jimmy Butler like Tobias Harris over me. Over me.
Yeah, and honestly, was he wrong? Like in any sort of capacity, was Jimmy Butler wrong? If you don't have Tobias Harris on that team and you have Jimmy Butler and Embiid minus Ben Simmons
with Tyrese Maxey,
how much better? Well, how much better are you than you are now? Like seriously,
I think you're better than the Celtics. I think you're probably better than the Lakers. I think with that whole combination. You have some shooters around them.
Us three could give the Lakers a good run for their money. The
Lakers been looking pretty good though. They got D'Angelo Russell cooking now.
We got him. Brian down low against fucking AD. You and me up top. I'll fucking take LeBron straight out. I'll take him out of the game, baby. I'll Draymond him in the nuts so fucking hard he won't even.
Yeah, it's like you think LeBron's stopping me? He's 39. Okay,
dude, I'll fucking yam all over that fucking dude. Oh man.
Yeah, I was just looking at the slate from last night. It looks like the only team that's on a back-to-back is the Suns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fading the Suns tonight. I think the Thunder, after they had a tough loss a couple of days ago, I think they're going to bounce back. I really like that Hornets pick. Obviously, not financial advice, bet with caution, okay? And then I'm just going to wrap up quickly into some hockey shots for tonight because there's not a lot of hot games tonight, but I got 5 picks for you guys. Nico Hischier is for sure a slam. Take Hischier tonight against LA. Matt Boldy as well. Matt Boldy is a younger player. He just got drafted and he's a monster and he's going against the Sharks. We've been targeting players against the Sharks all year, and like players we take for 3.5 will get 11 and 12 shots on net because they're that terrible. And then fading my team with Evgeny Malkin under because he's playing against a fast team. And there's just no shot that he's going to be able to win that game or get some shots. And Raquel, I'm taking over. And then Dylan Gunther, he had a fucking lot of drama this year. He was supposed to be on the Flyers and was like, nope, I'm just not playing. And they just shipped him out to Arizona, and he's been doing well. So take him over. He's been hitting a lot lately. But going into those games, make sure you take these players. So before we get into the TikToks, is there anything topic-wise you want to head over into? Like, do you want to react to these basketball clips that I got here?
Yeah, go to basketball clips, but clips. I did want to say a lot of fucking names we don't normally play on that fucking on those shot props. Curious to see like why you're playing Gunther, why you're pull him back up real quick.
All right, I'll pull him back up real quick.
Yeah, I'm really curious. We've obviously been riding Raquel pretty much all season, I would say, but Hischier, Boldy, Gunther, names we have not played before.
So Hischier is a really, really solid forward for New Jersey, and Boldy got drafted this year. I had to do a little bit of education on him as a new player coming in, and he's phenomenal. I watched a couple games with him, and he's just been fantastic. I really like how he plays. He's a shot-first mentality player. You good? Oh, I'm sorry. So I like Boldy's spot. And then Gunther. Now, listen, Gunther, since he started playing, because he was trying to he was drafted by Philly, and he just straight up was like, I am not playing. I'm not participating. And he sat for the first portion of the season, and he got shipped out, and now he's on a tear. I took him last week, part of my $700 week, and he hit a couple legs for me. And I think Malkin he's just not going to play well against a fast team. So I usually don't really touch a lot of these guys, but it's a weird slate tonight. Like you can take Hughes, but I don't like his line being at like 4.5. I like Heischer at 3, and Heischer's also been over 5 of his last 5 games. He's on a heater.
He's screaming right now, and this is your realm too. So I'll definitely tail blindly like I always do. But yeah, good stuff there.
Yeah, if you guys wanted to tail blindly, I would just lock in Heischer, Gunther, and probably Gino under as like the prioritized ones, and then like play around with the Boldy and Raquel line.
Okay.
All right, so let's get into these clips because fucking March Madness. March is here.
Dude, college basketball is fucking in full swing right now.
Oh yeah. Dude,
I mean, these boys are they're hooping. We got conference tournaments next week coming up on the best time of the year. Fucking brackets, baby. Can't wait to have my bracket busted fucking 2 seconds into the first fucking day.
This will be my first year doing a bracket.
Oh, dude, we're gonna
first year doing a bracket.
This was fucking nuts, by the way.
So this is my first time reaction for it. I'm sure Brian and Dan have both seen it, but this is Jamal Shahid, his buzzer beater versus Oklahoma. All right, so let's get into it real quick. I think the bottom's right there.
Here's Shed. Off the window.
Big block.
No. Roberts tried to get it. Shed for the win. Got it. Jamal Shed plays the hero again.
His name's Shed. Okay, my bad. Damn.
Yo, so rough for the Oklahoma fucking Sooners. They had this game in the bag, and Houston just kept doing those little things to keep ahead. They had a couple injuries, a couple guys foul out. This team is going to be dangerous in March if they don't lose anyone else. Watch out for these Houston. I mean, obviously they're number one in the nation.
Dude, he had it. All he had to do was sit on it on the floor. He had it.
And they would have won in overtime. Hands down.
He's got it. You got to fucking.
Yep.
Oh my! What a little 2-footer for the game winner. Butter, pure.
Dude, that's a Tobias Harris rebound.
Oh, for that's a Tobias Harris rebound.
So salty about Tobias Harris.
Imagine being that. Imagine having that number 0 dude for a board, and he needs one more.
He needs just one. You're at
needs one more, and you're like,
he's got 9. You're like, oh.
You're like, it's right there. He's got. Oh no!
What poise! What a winner!
Yeah, that's clutch. That's clutch time moment right there.
Yeah,
and then this one you wanted me to show off as well.
Yeah, we'll show it. But Houston, Brian, right? Like, what are we doing?
I mean,
that defense is fucking. I mean, it was they had unbelievable defense up to a certain point yesterday. They were up like 18 points. Oklahoma couldn't do anything, and then they started getting hot from 3, so they really kept it going. But like every time Oklahoma got to that precipice, got to getting over on top of them, they just couldn't put them away. Houston just keeps going. They don't fight. They have like crazy effort too.
Houston reminds me, and it's not a direct comparison, but very close to like a Villanova team, where it's like insanely good defense, fundamental basketball, shooting threes. It seems very much like a Jay Wright coach team. But yeah,
real grimy, gets in your face.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't know when the bright lights come on, because we've seen it a couple years now with Houston that they've really done well in the regular season and then kind of choked in the tournament. Can they get over the hump? So I know Villanova had the same issues, right? They had really good regular seasons and had issues, but that's the main concern about Houston is, okay, when they play Kentucky or Kansas, what happens?
Hey, can I ask you guys a question? You guys familiar with you guys watch Purdue at all this year?
Yeah.
I don't think Zach Edey is as good as everyone says he is. I don't like his team at all.
In the groups that we exist in that talk about this shit, like from a betting level, there's no reason to don't make a bracket with Purdue winning it, because it's not going to fucking happen.
It's not.
They are just like Brian was talking about Houston. They are the team that comes in and loses to the 15 seed. They lose to the 16 seed. They lose to an 11 seed, 12 seed. They're just like when it really comes down to it, they don't have the dogs from March. They just don't. And you can't trot Edey out against a talented team. Like an athletic team like Kentucky would fucking take the top off of Purdue. Like there's no way Purdue sticks with
When
it.
I watch Edey, he reminds me of like Jokic, but like far worse. Like I only hate on him a little bit because like, dude, all the hype and all the talk of everyone being like, Zach Edey's gonna be a top 5 pick. Zach Edey this, Zach Edey. And I'm like, dude, have you watched this dude play?
He's gonna get pick and rolled to death in the NBA. He's gonna get fucking absolutely destroyed. I'd be shocked if he got picked in the lottery. I think it's a huge mistake. Watch me say that, and he goes to the fucking Knicks, and I'll kill myself. But he is trash, and he's bound to end up in Europe playing where he belongs. He needs to go far away from the American game. That's for sure.
I'm glad you guys agree. All right, next we're skewing into Western Michigan pulls off a Hail Mary full court play to beat the buzzer in OT.
Yo, this is wild, by the way.
This is crazy.
1.6 on the clock. 1.6.
Lock me in. Let's do it.
Mickey Pearson Jr. knocks us up.
Good. Okay, tied up.
All right, we're going to OT. 1.6 left.
This is already OT, so you're going to double OT.
Look at Patrick Mahomes on Western Michigan. Look at him go.
1.6 on the clock.
Time.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. If you're that white kid, oh my God.
That kid's on suicide watch all fucking night, buddy. Look at that.
Was it touched?
Oh, bro, put your body in front of it.
He got it off in time.
Oh my
And if he
God.
touches that fucking ball, the game is fucking going to double OT. Oh my God.
Crazy of a finish as you will see.
Look at all those players. They're so upset.
Anthony Crump, right place, right time.
Oh, that white kid. Hold on, I gotta see it live in action real quick. So look, ball is like right in the middle of your screen, and he's dead in the paint. And this dude's just hiding on the baseline. They teach something in hockey where if you're on the side of the net and the puck's coming across, instead of trying to get it with your stick, so he's really good at it, put your leg down and put your body in front of it so it hits you, and then you can make a play. Instead of moving in front of the ball, he goes like this. He goes, look at me, Dan. He goes like this. He goes.
Body moving the other way, right?
Put your body in
this
front of
way.
the
He's
ball.
like this.
Dude, I would have dove into it like it was dodgeball. Hold on, really quick. No, I'm gonna run it back one more time. Watch him completely just stick an arm out instead of moving his feet. Like that's the number one thing you teach wide receivers: is move your body.
The heave.
He didn't even move his feet, man. Look at his feet. He got his ankles broken by a pass.
Listen. There's certain games that white people excel at. There's certain games that white people don't excel at. And basketball might be one of them, and that's okay. You know what I mean? That's all right.
Dude, you gotta dive. You gotta jump.
You gotta do something.
Dude,
gotta
watch this.
That's 2 straight clips where the road team just destroys the crowd, right?
Literally.
Yeah.
No, but look at the screen grab. Why is he?
Look how close this ball is to him, dude.
Why is he in a stance like he's guarding up someone right now? He's sitting down right now. Dude, all he did was move his arm. Put your body in front of it.
Dude, he's like, if he moved just a fucking inch to the right, he's got that ball. And it's over. It's going to double OT.
As crazy of a finish.
And it was
Look at number 34. Look at 34. He's like, what
you
the
will
fuck,
see.
Piece of shit. You're giving white people everywhere a bad name. How dare you?
Anthony.
Look at that. It's like an oop. This is right at the rim.
Perfect. Yo, tell me
Right
Patrick
place,
Mahomes
right
wasn't
time.
reincarnated in a Western Michigan uniform for this game, dude. What a pass.
Yeah, and
What
I
a
guess
fucking
so was,
pass.
and I guess so was fucking what the fuck's his name? Kadarius Toney. That was the white kid out there. Ball's just smacking against his face. He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." He's fucking. He's gonna be on IG like they didn't want me to play in the game even though I was healthy. They said I'm a scratch when I'm not. Fucking ridiculous. So while we touched on a little bit of like joking around with some football. So I saw a lot of people freaking out because Caleb Williams didn't throw at the combine. And I feel like that's a common practice for people that are probably going to go number one because they don't want to do anything to possibly drop their ranking, correct? Like for quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I don't know why everyone's freaking out about it. Also,
Or if you think that you've already proven your status, like you already have like shit out there, it doesn't really matter. Some quarterbacks will throw out their senior days at their school because it's people they actually work with, receivers that actually catch their balls. So they know what they're looking for. They know the timing and shit like that. I thought it was a little fucking weird.
pussy.
There's a lot of questions. There's a lot more questions about Caleb Williams than there have been about a number one quarterback. As of like even recent drafts, I feel like he's got a lot more questions coming out about him. I think it's perplexing to not throw. I don't know. I feel like without pressure, he's one of the best arm talent quarterbacks in this draft.
Yeah, Bryce. So I don't know if you caught one of our last streams where I was sitting here, and so basically, like, I'm big into all the major league sports, but I haven't really touched on college much. So we reacted to Jaden Daniels, we reacted to Caleb Williams, and then Drake May, and just based off like seeing them for the first time in the eye test, I was huge on Jaden Daniels. Like watching his game from that highlight reel, like the way he runs with purpose. And like it's so different compared to Caleb. But we were talking about how Caleb looks like he plays cocky. And if you ever play sports, you've played against people that feel like they're so good, you can kind of see it in their mannerisms. Like from the eye test, personally, I wasn't so crazy about Caleb Williams. So I wanted to hear kind of after us breaking it down, what your thoughts were on like the top three like quarterback draft slots and like what your perspective is on it.
So I'm a Caleb Williams hater, self-proclaimed. I saw an interesting stat that he has the highest snap to throw time ever. I believe it's just above Johnny Manziel. So if you think about the time that he, the ball snapped, he runs around in the backfield and then fires the ball. Him and Johnny Manziel are very close. And you're not going to have that much time in the NFL, right? So
it's also like great comparison.
Yeah, so like the edge rushers, the defenses are just so much better in the NFL.
Yeah.
That he's not going to have 10 seconds back there to find a receiver. He plays a lot of backyard ball, I feel like. So it's okay, well, all my receivers are covered. I have the athleticism to run around and kind of buy some time and make throws. Now, granted, his arms are rocket. It's arguably one of the best arms we've seen in the last decade, right? So him and Mahomes are probably very close in arm talent. I've been a big Daniels fan since Arizona State. So when he started, he was at Arizona State. Was recruited by Herm Edwards, played as a true freshman, and put up some pretty good numbers on a not so great Arizona State team. And then obviously went to LSU, put up video game numbers last year. I really like Daniels. Drake May, is he Mitch Trubisky again? I don't know. Like, he had a really good junior, or 2 years ago, he had a really good year. This year,
last year was not good.
Last year wasn't as good as the year a couple years ago. So in order, if I were to draft on my draft board, I would have Daniels 1, Caleb Williams 2, Drake May 3.
I agree. Do you guys want to give me some NBA or not NBA, NFL comparisons for each one of those players? Because the one that I kind of thought of for Jaden Daniels is kind of stupid, but I felt like he looked like Jahmyr Gibbs as a quarterback. That was my kind of comparison, not including his arm talent. But no, I said that the other day when we were watching the highlight film. Like how
because of his running talent.
Yeah,
because
he does like his style of running
fast
too. Like
twitch. He's elusive as fuck.
Yeah,
he's got that extra burst and shit like that. What I would equate Jaden Daniels to is probably like a Michael Vick with like a better arm.
Yes, he does got moves like Michael Vick.
That's what I would say. But he's got like accuracy. Like I would almost say it's pinpoint. Like the kid, like when he's on, he reminds me a lot of CJ Stroud. I don't know. He's got a lot of CJ Stroud in him, but I feel like he's a little bit more elusive, which sounds crazy. But yeah, that's what I would say. Like Michael Vick with a better arm.
Yeah, I'd probably say like I mean, how can you compare someone to Michael Vick, right? With leg talent, maybe Justin Fields with a better arm, like being able to get out of the pocket, being able to run, but still have the awareness to find receivers.
His IQ is what jumped off the screen for me.
Yeah, so I would say more like a Justin Fields with better arm talent. And I mean, Chicago fans are probably saying, "Oh man, you're comparing them to Justin Fields. We're trying to get rid of Justin Fields." So yeah, I mean that's the first person that I thought of when looking at him. Just athletic and I think he's a much better passer than Fields.
Yeah, Drake May reminds me of like I know Trevor's lefty, but Trevor Lawrence. Kind of like his pocket awareness and that calmness too.
But
he's very
I feel
poised.
like he's a little stiffer, and Trevor Lawrence is stiff. Like he's a fucking stiff. But like I feel like Drake May doesn't have like I don't know. He looks a lot like Dollar Tree version of like maybe like Peyton Manning or something like that.
No,
like,
that's what I'm thinking.
He's not fucking like.
I don't think it's like a Peyton Manning comparison, but I think it's that era style of quarterback comparison.
Yeah,
that like early 2000s style quarterback.
Yeah, I would classify Drake May like in a Blake Bortles kind of range. I'm not very high on May, but yeah, like that's the first person that pops in my mind is like a Blake Bortles.
Which is not the guy you want to pop into your mind when you're drafting a guy number 2 overall. You don't want him to remind you of Blake fucking Bortles, okay? Let's just make sure that everybody knows the top 3 quarterbacks in this. I firmly believe that the best quarterback in this draft will be drafted in like the 2nd or 3rd round. I think it's either Michael Penix or Bo Nix. I don't know what like – I don't know what else I could
take Penix over Drake May.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this kid. Listen. Whether you want to believe it or not, Michael Penix played way better talent first and foremost. Let's just put it that way. He was in the national championship game for a fucking reason. Washington talent level, like the disparity between Washington and the other 4 teams in the fucking playoff, it was rather large, and he was the only reason. Him and Adunze was Adunze, right? Him and Adunze were the only reason that those motherfuckers like they are fucking. I hope Adunze falls to the Bills, and I know he won't, but I love that kid. I think Penix is gonna be considered the best quarterback in this draft. I'll go on record for that.
Who's the top receiver in this draft? I forgot his name. He goes to Ohio State.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
All right, let's do something real quick. Let me ask you guys. All right, since 2009, right? There's been a slew of quarterbacks drafted number 1 overall. Okay, since 2009. How many of those quarterbacks have won the Super Bowl?
Since what year? 2009.
2009.
0.
There's been a slew of quarterbacks drafted number 1 overall. How many of those quarterbacks have won a Super Bowl?
0.
Okay, Rocky's going with 0.
I'm thinking to all the quarterbacks that were drafted number 1. It's either 0 or 1. It's not many.
Give me final answer, 0 or 1.
0.
Final answer.
I'll go 1.
1. Correct. Matt Stafford, 2009. Is the only quarterback drafted number 1 overall since 2009, 14 years, that has won a Super Bowl. Okay? The list to getting to the Super Bowl is even short. Like it's just a little bit longer than that list to win. I think it's 3 or maybe 4 since 2009. I think I'm actually considering 3, I think.
Joe Burrow was the number 1 pick?
Yep.
Burrow and then fucking Stafford and there's one other. But yeah, so you're looking at like is it even worth it to draft a quarterback first overall?
Is
like
it Burrow,
realistically?
Stafford, and Hurts? No, Hurts wasn't.
No,
number one.
Hurts was a second
Hurts wasn't-
rounder.
Yeah, he's second round.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hurts wasn't. Hurts wasn't. No. But yeah, so in the list, like even when you expand the years, you go back to like the 80s and shit like that. The list is even like it's relatively small for like a first overall quarterback drafted. So is it worth it? Like when you have skill players like Marvin Harrison Jr. on the fucking board, I think he's a generational talent. Like I think he's going to be fucking incredible. I thought he was the most NFL ready player. And if I'm the Bears, like I understand that Justin Fields hasn't really panned out, but who has he been throwing the ball to? Like who has he had
DJ
skill
Moore.
player wise? That's what I'm saying. Like if you pair him up with a fucking a class talent like Marvin Harrison Jr., what's the ceiling there? You don't even know what the ceiling is of Justin Fields because you don't have skill level. You don't have good skill level players like at all.
Who's the highest touted like running back coming out of this class?
Probably say like Blake Corum or the guy from Penn State, right?
No, he's coming. Penn State running back's coming back.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. So I'm trying to think. Corum's probably.
How much money did they drop at his doorstep there, buddy? Would they drop off a fucking Brinks truck?
Well, I think he can't declare till next year, so he'll be a junior this year.
I can't fucking believe that.
So-
Because if he was a junior, he'd be gone.
So in a speed rapid version between both of you, then I got an answer as well. What would you do if you're the Bears? What's your move?
Go, Brian. You first.
I mean, I hate to say it, I would probably trade down.
That's what I was gonna say.
Get a treasure chest of picks and find a quarterback later in draft. Because
I'd agree. I'll piggyback that. Absolutely.
Yeah,
So that's where I was leaning.
people are acting like Caleb Williams is a generational talent, and someone's going to pay if the pick's available. And then you could go, like, let's say they move down to 3. They could pick Marvin Harrison Jr., and they could find a quarterback later. Or, I mean, I wouldn't suggest them moving out of the first round, but staying within the top 10, I think is very doable. And then picking up either a first next year and a second.
What if you go back to 6 and take Joe Alt from Notre Dame? Get a good tackle. Get a franchise level tackle and just let Justin Fields see what you got with Fields. Kick the tires for another fucking year, man.
Does the NFL do multi-team deals?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I would, if I was in that position, I would trade the top pick and maybe like 1 or 2 more assets, whether it's a later round pick and maybe a player, and try to get at least 3 first-round draft picks, and I'd get a running back and a tackle.
They're already set up. They have 2 first rounders. They have Carolina's and their own. Like they have good fucking picks, dude.
So if
But
they
what
were
I'm
able
saying
to
is,
flip
like,
that first one into a God.
To touch on what Brian just said, like they got a fucking like a fortune from Carolina last year for Bryce Young. Dude, spin it again. Fucking, you need talent. There's no reason why you need to take a quarterback right now. Kick the tires with Fields. Wait, this year's class is quarterback heavy, don't get me wrong. But next year, you'll find another 5 guys that everyone sold themselves on, and you'll be able to pick from that crop too. Realistically, spin this pick into more picks. You need all the talent you can get. You need to build up your lines. On both sides of the ball, they need to build up their lines.
Yeah, I would get a line. So if they have 2 picks in the first round, they keep their other first round.
They have 2 picks in the top 5.
So that's fucking nuts. So I would take that first pick and try to flip it into either 2 or 3 picks later in the first round. You get a lineman, and I don't like their running back core. I don't think Roshan Johnson and Khalil Herbert, or whoever the fuck they have, are terrible. You get a good running back, you get a good somebody for the line, and then you get a good receiver, and I think you have a way different team. Because then if you pair a receiver with DJ Moore is not terrible. He's not an all-star, but if you have 2,
he's a good number 2. He's a good number 2.
He's a great number 2. So I'm saying if you do the Philly fucking Los Angeles thing with like Puka and Kupp or Devonta Smith and AJ Brown, you give someone for Justin to throw to, and then you already got Cole Kmet, and you get a good running back to open up the fucking the ground game to really like expand out into being able to run with Justin Fields and throw the ball. You're dynamic.
See, and again, this is why we should run the Bears. I don't know if we're going for it right now, but a group of 3 of us running the Bears, we could probably make them into a championship contender.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I'm going to say. I think that's a fucking phenomenal idea. Probably your best idea. You've had a lot of good ideas. That's number 1 on that board there. That was really fucking good.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, no, but like until you give Justin Fields people to actually who actually play football well around him, how do you know what you have? 1, he's dynamic. He can run the fucking ball like a goddamn champion. He's great. Dude, he's a great runner. If you can build up some targets for him to throw at, people that get open, that you don't have to scheme open, like that just get open instinctually. I feel like why not? You have him on a cheap contract. Just fucking let him. You could fucking just let him go out there and try to prove his worth, and then you can evaluate the quarterback position later.
Honestly, I would try to move. I would try to move that pick to someone who really, really, really needs a quarterback, and then even try to get someone that will take Roshan's contract, because Roshan's contract is ridiculous. I don't know if you guys have seen it, and just be able to formulate something. Because literally, if you have Cole Kmet, who's already a great tight end. And with Justin Fields, his ability to move in the pocket, if you add a dynamic running back, they have so many options, and defenses won't know what the fuck to do, and you add in that other receiver. I think there's no spot. And then you give Justin Fields the opportunity to actually try to prove himself. And then, you go into next year's draft, and if you need another quarterback, you get another quarterback.
I agree.
This dude, you're going to get rid of Justin Fields, send him somewhere else. He's probably going to play well.
Another rookie.
And then you're going to take another rookie and put him in the same situation where another great quarterback that you took in the first round is also failing it.
I also think if you trade back and let's say you trade back to 3, you draft one of the 3 quarterbacks for, in the first 3, whatever. And then later on, you take another quarterback. Listen, San Francisco traded the house, the boat, the first wife, all for fucking Trey Lance a couple years ago. In the 7th round with the last pick, they took Brock Purdy. There's no reason you can't take 2 quarterbacks in a draft. I think it's actually, when you're trying to find a franchise quarterback, I think it's really stupid to just take one. Like Washington. The Washington Commanders are the biggest, they're not really great at what they do, but they took RG3 in the top 3 overall, and they took Kirk Cousins in the same fucking draft. So, there's no reason that you can't draft more than one quarterback. I don't see the point of it. When you're trying to find a franchise-level quarterback, draft all the quarterbacks you possibly can. The only position in football that fucking matters, that really fucking matters, is the quarterback. If you don't have a quarterback that can get the ball down the field, that can be dynamic, you don't have a shot at the Super Bowl, because you're playing Mahomes. You're playing Allen. You're playing Burrow. You're playing all these fucking great quarterbacks. You need a goddamn quarterback. Draft all the quarterbacks you can. I don't understand why you would only draft one quarterback.
Guys, at the Bears in the chat, so they find this video and they trade down in the draft. Add them in the chat here.
Send it. Clip it and send it.
Them.
We are available for pennies on the dollar to what you're paying that overpriced GM you got over there.
I started a Fiverr gig. It's to teach NFL teams how to run their team. It's 75,000 NFL teams only. Ask for advice on what to do with your franchise.
Fields cap hit next year is $6 million.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not bad at all.
Listen, what you can do when your quarterback is at a $6 million cap hit is insane. You can put all the talent in the world around them. You can. We're seeing it. Brock Purdy, they have built one of the best teams around him. Defense, offense, collectively crazy bunch. And if Mahomes wasn't in the league, they would have won a Super Bowl the last 2 out of the last 4 years.
Dude, I hate to say it. Also, what you can do is you can dangle that first round pick in front of the Giants with other picks and be like, oh, we want Saquon in a pick.
Isn't Saquon a free agent though?
Saquon's a free agent, but they're still trying to retain him. They didn't give him the franchise tag for some fucking reason. But Saquon's half in, half out.
You can't do that with a running back. Because it's
a
running
injury
back.
Prone?
No, because he's a running back. You can't. There's going to be a guy in the 4th round this year that'll give you the same production. I'm sorry to even say it, but it's true. You got to move off from overpriced running backs, because you could take a running back in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th round this year that could give you the same production.
Giants got a pick at, I think, 4 or 5 this year. Mm-hmm. And I think if you were able to trade him for Saquon in that pick for the first pick, because they don't know what they're doing. Daniel Jones, they fucking got a fucking.
They just gave
Italian.
him a ton of money though, didn't they?
Yes, for no reason. But honestly, dude, ship him out. So, who would take Daniel Jones?
Nobody. I'm just being honest with you.
I
Nobody's
think there's a
taking
team that would
contract.
take the contract's massive. You're right. Well, even if they
It's the
take
contract.
even if they ship him out and they have a salary retention, they agree to pay a certain percentage of his contract.
Dude, nobody would take that contract. There's nobody that's too hard up
Not
for a
even if the
quarterback like
Giants,
that.
not even if the Giants retain salary. Yeah, I don't know why they gave him that money.
Who would kick the? Listen, they fucked up because they literally were bidding against themselves. Nobody was trying to sign Daniel Jones. Nobody. They were bidding against themselves and gave them way too much fucking money.
Here's a list of all the free agent running backs that are available, and it's ridiculous.
Oh.
Derrick Henry,
Mm-hmm.
Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, Tony Pollard, Austin Eckler,
Pollard.
Eckler,
Devin Singletary, DeAndre Swift.
Yep. Oh,
that's a good pickup.
Yeah, the running back free agent market is bananas.
huge, and you have good, solid running backs coming out of college.
Yeah. Hey, Brian,
Solid
as an
backs.
Eagles fan, would you rather re-sign Swift or let him go? Because I know you got Kenneth Gainwell and you got Rashad Penny.
Yeah, Penny didn't really play last year.
I know because
he really didn't even dress. I mean, I really like Swift. He's a Philly kid. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. We just didn't run the ball enough, which is
Corum or Swift?
What's that?
Corum or Swift?
Swift, I feel like.
No.
I think with Swift, you guys are very
really
dynamic.
like DeAndre Swift. So
how much money are you going to have to give him, though? That's the question.
I don't know.
You got Corum on a rookie deal and you got Swift on an astronomical number, I think you'd probably rather Corum, right?
Well, we would never draft a running back in the first or second round. So I don't know. What's the going rate for a running back now? 10, 12 million bucks a year?
Yeah.
You get Corum at like a fucking quarter of that. Corum's not going before the second
Where's
round.
your pick this year, Brian?
Our pick is in the 20s, late 20s, I want to say.
You think he'd fall that low?
Corum's going in the third round. He ain't going top. He's not going first round. Nobody's drafting a running back. And honestly, and I'm going to tell you one thing right now. There's a lot of fucking hype around Brock Bowers, who's a tight end out of Georgia. You remember that fucking list I just gave you, the quarterbacks that won a Super Bowl that have been drafted number 1 overall?
Yep.
Look at the fucking tight ends and what they've amounted to when they've been drafted in the top 10.
The tight end class
Kyle
has been
Pitts.
fantastic.
Kyle
Kyle
Pitts was supposed to be the next coming of Gronk.
He would have been.
I don't think
Arthur
he would have
Smith.
been. I think it's not Arthur
His
Smith.
first
He
year
can't
was
get open.
phenomenal.
The kid doesn't know how to play fucking football.
He does.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
I'll take Kyle Pitts tomorrow.
You can't take a fucking tight end in the first 10.
I agreed. I'm not saying you should, but I don't think you should. Kyle Pitts is he's a circumstance of the fucking whole Bijan thing, too. It's the Arthur Smith effect. Fuck Arthur Smith. No, real shit. Real question. So real quick, just while we're on the topic, where's my picks? I want to write these down. Based on how we saw like Puka Nacua emerge last year, like a little early fantasy football preview, who are some wide receivers that like you would think you'd want to look at and target like for late round pickups in like a fantasy draft? Because no one took Puka Nacua last year.
Oh man.
Fuck is my pen? Like people were taking.
Everyone's going to be on Marvin Harrison Jr. as a. I mean, he might go ridiculously high.
Where do you think he's going to draft to? Yeah,
I mean, the projections is he's going to go to New England at 3, so he will automatically become their number one receiver. Neighbors from
LSU. Yep.
He's going to be, depending on where he goes, he could go.
I think Adunze is going to be really good too. But if you're talking about NFL, already people in the NFL, T. Higgins.
No, I wasn't talking about people already in the NFL, but yeah, okay.
T. Higgins.
Where do you think he's going?
Listen, T. Higgins is on a franchise tag this year. He's playing. He's going to play. Joe Burrow will probably be in the whole season. Just T. Higgins is going off this year. And I already gave you guys we might not be able to be in the same league together this year, Rocky. I want T. Higgins this year, and I want him bad.
But real quick, so going off of T. Higgins, you think so? He's staying in Cincinnati?
Yeah, they franchised him.
Okay. All right, hold on. Because this is obviously late then. So other than T. Higgins, I want to see. So Pittman's a free agent. Did he resign?
I'm sure he will. They're not going to let him go. He's great.
Mike Evans, Marquise.
I think they might actually let Mike Evans go. Yeah, I think he gets let go. I would assume he ends up in Detroit.
Calvin Ridley, he should stay. There's no reason to leave.
I don't think he's going to get a big contract anywhere.
I don't think he needs to get a big contract.
Oh, no. Darnell Mooney's number 6 on this board. What the fuck are we talking about?
Gabe Davis.
Fucking take him. Goodbye.
Honestly, but no, he could be utilized so much better. Like I kind of think he's a better wide receiver than he is in that Bills offense.
Gabe Davis can't run a route. Just telling you right now. Can't run a fucking route to save his life.
Tyler Boyd. Curtis Samuel's a good player. Kendrick Bourne's really good too.
I wouldn't call him really good. Michael Thomas is better than all of those guys.
No, I agree, but I think Curtis Samuel is very underrated as well. There's just a lot of depth in Washington for like their wide receivers, even though they're not like all stars. Noah Brown.
But Rocky, going back to your last point, there is a receiver that I think is going under the radar that I'm interested in to see where he goes. He played for Georgia last year. He's a slot receiver. His name's Lad McClunky, little white guy. Very much in the Wes Welker ilk. Shifty lunch. You say this about all the slot receivers. Lunch pail guy, first in, last out. I think he really changed when he got hurt. He really changed the Georgia's offense. And you think about Georgia, how many good players they have, right? All over the field. So I feel like he could be potentially a difference maker in the 3rd or 4th round. Depending on where he goes, if he finds a good situation, he could be someone to target in fantasy.
Okay. So I just wanted to go over this again because we only look at really the top 3 picks. So this projection's Caleb Williams, Drake May going number 2, which I would rather see Drake May in Washington than fucking Jaden Daniels. Fucking, I don't mind that either. Fuck Mac Jones. Marvin Harrison Jr. going to Arizona.
Big mistake for Los Angeles if they take Brock Bowers. Huge mistake. Huge fucking mistake. I don't get why you take a tight end that high. Neighbors to the Giants, that's the best case scenario for you guys. He's a great wide receiver.
Okay.
Great. Yep.
Cross between
Joe Alt,
dude.
Joe Alt, fucking class. This kid is a fucking monster. I watched him all season at Notre Dame. Watched his entire fucking career at Notre Dame. He's fucking. I mean, we've had a lot of good fucking linemen. He is the best by far.
Yeah, dude, fucking Levis, I feel like, just didn't really have much time in the pocket all year anyway.
I don't think he's that bad either.
I know. I think he looks great. I just think his line sucks.
I think he's got something. He's definitely got something.
There's Odunze.
I like him to the Bears. That's a good pick.
Okay, thanks for that ad.
Fucking Jets take a tackle. That makes sense for the Jets. They need a tackle. They'll probably, I would see him there. I think Jared had a good combine, if I'm correct. I think he
ran I want to say he ran like a 4.5 or something
which is isn't he like fucking 300 pounds or something?
He was the one who was trending for his 40.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, for a fucking dude that big to run a fucking sub 4.8 40 is insane. Insane. What about that fucking lineman from Penn State, buddy? You like him?
I do. His first 3 years he didn't give up a sack. So he's massive. He was not a very highly touted high school player. Came in, put on a bunch of weight. Footwork is incredible. A lot of people were saying that he could be a top 10 pick. Maybe push for a top 5, but looks like this mock draft has him down a little bit. This is probably the lowest I've seen. But yeah, he's one of the top tackles. Him and Alt obviously are 1-2.
Yeah, Latu is a good fucking pickup for fucking Jacksonville.
Jags, yeah.
He was great in UCLA. Got a fucking crazy shot of speed on the side, too. Comes off the edge really well. A lot of good moves.
J.J. McCarthy for Michigan.
I think that's a mistake. I think J.J. McCarthy is
weird pick.
easily one of the worst quarterbacks in this draft. Everyone's talking themselves into him, and I don't get it. I don't get it with him. I don't see it. I don't think he's that good of a quarterback.
What do you think of this pick for Miami? Jackson Powers.
Yeah, I think he's from Oregon, right? Yeah, he's good.
Mhm.
He's a really good lineman. Yeah. What do you think about that for the Eagles there?
We don't need another receiver. We need secondary.
Who would you rather them take? Who would you rather them take here?
A corner, the best corner available.
Cooper DeJean out of fucking Iowa, the Great White Hope.
If Arnold is there from Alabama, that guy, I wouldn't even mind trading up for him if possible.
He's fucking great. He's so fucking good. Keep going down. Nate Wiggins, meh. Mims, great pick for the Cowboys. They need to replace Smith. Cooper, Great White Hope, going to fucking Green Bay. That's where he probably belongs. That fucking kid's all class. Dude, he is fucking solid. He's going to be he's going to be great. He's a great defensive back. Don't necessarily know who the fuck Troy Franklin is, but if we draft him, I'm going to be very upset.
They're probably looking to replace Gabe.
Yeah, we can replace Gabe with like a fucking like a Snickers bar and like something stupid.
Pack
like
Pall
Gabe
Mall
wasn't
shorts.
dude. Give me a pack of Pall Malls. You could take Gabe off our hands.
Okay, not a bad first round. I did not see.
Not exactly sexy.
I wanted to see who. I want to see who they're picking up on. There's one team I was trying to eye out. Who's Seattle taking? Okay, no lineman.
It's a good pick. He's a good.
Did they pull in a coach yet or no?
Yeah, Mike McDonald.
Okay.
Defensive coordinator from the Ravens.
So the Bears would go with the Dunze and
Caleb Williams.
I think that'd be a good spot to trade Caleb Williams to someone that would need him. Honestly, I would trade down to 3 and let him take. But I don't know. I feel like
the Patriots aren't moving up. They're not moving anywhere.
You think Drake May will go over Jaden McDaniels or Jaden Daniels?
Yeah, absolutely. Drake May would go over both of them. Jaden McDaniels in the NBA and Jaden Daniels in the NFL. Yeah.
Yep. I keep saying McDaniels. All right, I think that's a good little recap of the draft. Let's get into the TikToks and we'll wrap up here. I think there's definitely some movement that the Bears can make though and find someone like fucking. I feel like Denver would trade up.
They got some of the mock drafts that I've seen have Denver taking McCarthy and have Penix going to the Vikings, which I'd be shocked if there were 6 fucking quarterbacks drafted.
I want to see one more and see what the discrepancy is real quick, Colin.
The
Caleb
fuck
Williams.
is Walter Football?
I don't know. It's Walter Camp. It's in Connecticut. Oh. So they got Daniels going to the Redskins. Drake May to the Patriots. Marvin Harrison Jr. Looks like he's probably going to fall to Arizona regardless. Brock Bowers again. Malik Neighbors again. Joe Alt to Tennessee. Dallas Turner. Dunze to the Bears. Yeah, so it looks about the same.
Bo Nix.
Okay.
12th they have. Wow. Crazy. Bo Nix at 12th. I don't know if that's a good pick.
Okay.
Damn.
I feel like we should react to the draft.
When we're definitely going to do that. Absolutely.
Okay. I wonder if we can do it live. That'd be dope. All right, let's get into the TikToks here. I'm going to segue it to going 3 wide like NASCAR. And we're going to get into it. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Going 3 wide here. on your bumper. All right. All right, I want to get into this one because we're on the topic.
Yeah, so for the medical stuff, I'll be doing the medical stuff, just not here in Indy. I'll be doing it at the team interviews. Not 32 teams can draft me. There's only one of me. And so the teams that I go to for my visit,
Great math skills
those
here.
teams will have the medical, and that'll be it. I didn't feel the need to go out and throw. I played around 30-some games, I believe. Go ahead and go watch real live ball of me and see how I am as a competitor.
Don't disagree. Not all 32 teams need his medical information. So, yeah, whoever's going to draft him, give his medical stuff too. But do the Chiefs need his medical information? Let's be real.
Yeah, no, he's definitely right about that. I just think it's a weird decision not to throw. I just think you're supposed to be. I get it, but like you're supposed to be this fucking generational guy. Why wouldn't you throw the ball? Like, why wouldn't you fucking show us the arm? Every other quarterback threw the ball. Every other goddamn quarterback. I don't get why you don't throw it. I mean, I understand the medical shit, but like. Your fucking 30 games don't show your fucking last season. If we're putting that on tape, you look like goddamn dog shit. So like, are we fucking? Is that's what we're going off of, Caleb? I just don't get that shit. I don't get that. I think you got a lot to prove after last season. You had a good fucking. They put fucking $17 million into that team last year in USC.
Yikes.
They have one of the biggest NIL groups in the country. Like. They fucking paid out the nose for that goddamn team. Like, they were supposed to be a fucking contender. And what did they end up with, like 5 losses?
Let me ask you this question. How has Lincoln Riley's quarterbacks done in the NFL?
Pretty good, right? Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I mean, he's the exception, right? You have Baker Mayfield,
Not great.
Okay.
Solid though.
You have Johnny Manziel.
Terrible.
Yeah, not good.
You have Kyler Murray.
Solid.
Not great. Not great. Not
Not
great.
great.
Don't fucking solid. Not great. He's okay.
Now you have Caleb Williams.
Trash.
Yeah, I
So,
don't see it. You're right. You're right.
oh man,
You're fucking right.
I think Lincoln Riley's just a really good college
Offensive coordinator.
offensive coach that props maybe not the best prototypical NFL quarterbacks for the NFL.
Yep.
So
he runs a college system. He doesn't run a pro offense.
yeah.
Simple as that. They come in underprepared. Like Caleb Williams is going to go through the same shit. I don't know what else to tell. I don't think he's going to be that good. I really don't. I mean, especially if he ends up in fucking Chicago. Like, good luck, buddy. You think Justin Fields had a tough time? Good luck. Caleb Williams can't run like Justin Fields. Good luck, buddy.
It's not a good matchup, and they don't have any running back. So if you take Caleb Williams, like, how are you going to move the ball on the ground at all?
Fucking great. Good job. Good luck, buddy.
I will go so much as to say this, just off camera, talking to some personnel people. They think J.J. McCarthy's going top 5.
Ooh, wow.
I'm just telling you.
Drop that
somebody
bomb
just told
on
me
us.
that he may go top 5, and I was
Listen,
just like,
the guy knows how to win.
I almost ran back in here and just like threw Adam off.
get
And
it.
I was like, hey, I got
all
the
right,
scoop.
we can't.
What?
All right. Let me fucking run this real quick. Listen, I want everybody who says the guy knows how to win to understand one thing. Michigan ran the fucking ball for most of every fucking game they won for a reason. If they had a quarterback that could throw the ball well, they would have thrown it. That's it. Simple as that. Not only did Michigan have probably 10 to 12 really solid defensive players that will end up in the NFL at some point. They also had a great line, and they had the best running back in college last year. So listen, all the guys saying he can win, he had the best team in college football last year, hands down.
I'm gonna go back to go backwards from the national championship to the beginning of the season, and this is the amount of yards he threw for each game at Michigan. So against Washington, 140 yards. Against Alabama, 221. Against Iowa, 147. Against Ohio State, 148. Against Maryland, 141. Against Penn State, 60. It's like, man, if you want to draft a quarterback in the top 5, he's got to put some sort of stats up.
Gotta be dynamic.
Yeah,
60 fucking yards. Like he threw for 60 yards
against
I
Penn
can throw for
State,
60 yards.
Now, granted, he only threw 8 times because that's all you need to do. But
yeah, but again, they ran the ball last year. I don't like. Yeah, he doesn't know how to win because he wasn't winning the fucking games. It was the fucking running back and the defense that were winning the fucking games.
I'm not touching him in the first top 15, 20.
If he goes top 5, that team I hope to God it's the Patriots. Oh my God. I will laugh for like fucking
Oh God, bro.
God. Dude, I would laugh for fucking 10 years if they draft fucking McCarthy in the top 5.
They're like, we only draft white quarterbacks. They're like, that's the game plan. The game plan is this.
White quarterbacks.
White. Like Bailey Sapp, Mac Jones, JJ
Did
McCarthy.
you hear the numbers? 148, 221's the highest amount of yards he had in the last half of last season.
That's
How do you take that guy in the fucking first round? You can't take that
8
fucking
passes
dude
a game. 8 passes in a game.
Fucking ridiculous.
If I was their wide receiver core, I'd have been so pissed.
so if you just take his Big Ten numbers, just conference play plus the Big Ten championship plus the 2 playoff games, he threw 15 touchdowns all year.
If I'm that wide receiver core, I'm like, dude, y'all got me out here running track for no reason. I'm just spinning in circles running these routes for no reason.
And how many touchdowns did Jaden Daniels throw for? 40-something?
Giants, straight up.
Crazy.
Straight up, Giants. Fucking Daniel Jones sucks cock. All right, let's get into the next one because we got a lot. Dan sent me a whole slew.
Really instinctive. Here he goes. Yeah, that's a big man moving.
It is.
That is a big man moving. Holy
That deserves a nice round of applause from the fans here. Broad of 12-3, which is 8 inches better than anything else we've ever seen here covering a combine on NFL Network. Assume the vertical would be good, right?
Yeah, it had to be 43 to 45 based on that.
And how about 44.5?
Yeah, watch where his feet ends up.
Oh my gosh, it keeps going
That is ridiculous, man.
The magic just showed up now, and now we see him for real. How about the big man out of UConn?
And that's Stephen Paya of Oregon State, lifting.
We got a live one.
Lock it out.
Nice. Good job, son.
Damn.
Good job.
Good job, son. Nice. That's a good job, son, right there. Yeah, pump those out, son.
10, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice job. Keep going.
He's moving that weight, boy.
I like it. That's it, son. That's it, son. Nice.
Holy.
Under control. Good job. Come on. That's it,
What's he pushing there?
Yeah, let's go to work.
100?
Come on. One by one. I don't care. One by one.
Those are 245s on each side.
I think it's 225.
Damn.
Look at him go.
Somebody threw that shit around. Are you playing with me? Holy. I'm not standing in front of that man on the line. He's fucking boom, boy.
College athletes now are just so much better than like 2 decades ago. That's just unreal.
Dude. That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Yo, that fucking big dude running like that, that's just fucking, that's a quarterback number. Like, that's like a low-end quarterback number. That's fucking crazy.
Only because I saw him training too. How's McCaffrey's younger brother? I saw he ran a faster 40 than him.
I haven't heard anything about him.
You haven't seen McCaffrey's younger brother?
What's his name? Dylan?
Dylan McCaffrey.
Where did he play? Rice? Was he at Rice?
Yeah, he played at Rice.
I didn't watch Rice at all. I try to forget that Rice is an actual college football team. So I don't know. I don't know if he's good or not.
Hold on. I'm sorry, but I'm doing this. My curiosity's peaking. My curiosity's peaking, boys. Just a little bit. 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes.
Recordings.
I'm on StreamYard, and they're like,
Hey,
StreamYard. I hate this
so
bitch,
excited
Dana.
to announce that.
Take it easy over there.
What is he, a receiver?
Yeah. Where are they playing?
I don't know.
What team is this?
Is high school? Hold on.
Yeah, why'd you pull up high school shit?
I didn't know it was high school. Hold on. They want us to get jiggy here. Hold on. Let me see some McCaffrey-ness.
Zone read against him and playing fast.
Yeah, he started at Michigan.
McCaffrey rolling out to his right.
Oh, he's a quarterback.
Completes the pass. Diving to the end zone. Got McCurry.
Fly him into San Fran.
On an out route and making an unbelievable catch. Unbelievable.
You seen any of them, Bri? Is he decent?
I mean, he played against not so great talent, so it's really hard to evaluate.
Yeah. That was a dime, though. He declared, obviously, if he was in the combine.
Yeah, he started at Michigan and then transferred.
McCaffrey will keep it in. McCaffrey open field touchdown.
Okay. All right. Some light. I'll be excited. I'll just keep an eye on him where he goes in the draft.
I'm actually watching the combine now. Spencer Rattler's on.
I watched Spencer. Spencer's the only one I've ever seen play in person and like bet on for college football because I've been in the stands watching 2 of his games. I didn't think he was too impressive. I like their running back a lot more. Forget his name.
He went to Oklahoma on a relatively large NIL deal. I think like over $1 million. It was like $1.25 million to go there. And Caleb Williams is the one who basically replaced him and never let him take the starter position over again. So he transferred out to South Carolina, where he should remain. Honestly, if I was him, I would have just stayed in college because he's got. I don't even know if he gets drafted. To be quite honest with you, because I don't think he's a good quarterback.
I went to their last game and they did not score in the whole first half, and he fumbled on the goal line the first drive. Like he was fucking on some like butt fumble shit. Like it was absolutely terrible. All I know is that he rolls around South Carolina's campus in a granite or graded, whatever the fuck their color is, G-Wagon. And he's just super cocky. All right, I'm gonna rattle off the rest.
He's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I didn't think he was too good. And I was watching him in person. Hold on, hey Brian, in this. There we go. All right, let's go.
When he was in high school, he threw for over 3,400 yards and 35 touchdowns, while rushing for over 1,200 yards and 24 touchdowns. His senior year at quarterback, long jump and 100-meter state champion in high school. Basketball highlights are just insane.
His 1,832 career points are 55 more than Sacramento Kings Harrison Barnes on the state's all-time scoring list. And all of these things matter, not just because we want to gas up his high school accomplishments. He is one of the most natural athletes that you're going to find in this entire class.
This is a super freak show. He's a corner. He's every bit of the size and athlete of a corner. The body control and receiver level hands of Cooper DeJean is insane. Some of the picks you watch, you're like, was he the receiver? Toe tapping. That take away the football mindset I fall in love with, and Cooper DeJean has mastered that.
And then on top of all of that, he is the best run defending corner in this class, without question. So I gave him the potential all-pro label. I couldn't not.
Where do you think he's going?
He'll be in the first round. He's a dynamic fucking dude.
Did you see him on the mock?
Yeah, he was 15th, I think, or 16th or some shit like that. Yeah,
All
he'll
right,
go first round. He's a first round talent.
We got 4 basketball clips left, then we're going to into it.
28 for Victor Wembanyama.
It's a 40 against Chet, like a size matchup. Yoink!
Yeah.
Who knows? He said, "You tall, but I'm taller."
Dude killed all my parlays, but Chet got fucking just fucking. Look at that.
It's like meat them at their ring
Wemby
house
didn't
while they
even.
are.
Wemby barely fucking jumped too. He's just like, give me that ball.
He's a freak, dude.
Here we go.
Dude, just
2 to go. Trip to the Sweet 16. Katie's got it. Rises up. The shot. And it's good! It's good! Wisconsin! The year taking it right at Morgan. Right at Raymar Morgan.
Is this March Madness highlights over here?
I have no idea what that is.
Raymond Green finds Lucius for the win. He got it! One timeout. They don't take it. He got it! For 3 in the win. Rebound.
What do you guys think is the best college player you've ever watched? Who's the best college basketball player you've ever watched?
That's a tough question.
Mine's
buddy.
Kemba.
He was really good.
He was nasty at UConn.
And I'm kind of a homer for this one, but Jerry McNamara. I loved him in college, dude. Syracuse, little fucking white dude. He was like 5'8", and the kid just shot threes. That's all he did. He was
I
so
love watching
fucking
RJ
good.
in college too.
Hey, he played with Melo in 2003 or whatever when they won the championship at Cuse. Melo was great in college, by the way.
I bet the fucking Hezzy.
Oh my God, so good, dude.
Give me those.
So
Bri?
Yeah, Melo was on the top of my mind. AD was incredible at UK, just dominant.
Yeah.
And then if you go back to like some of the really good Duke years, like Elton Brand was really good.
Oh yeah.
Like Boozer, like those guys could go down low and just destroy teams. And
how nasty was JJ in college though?
yeah, it was incredible.
JJ Redick was a fucking shit. He was so good, dude. So fucking good.
And my wife's a UK alum, and so we watch a lot of UK basketball. And I keep telling her, you're missing a sharp shooting 3-point guy. Like you guys used to shit them out. And they haven't had one in a couple of years. So yeah, those 3-point guys who can just spot up and hit it from anywhere. Trae Young a couple of years ago was incredible.
He was really good in college. Steph Curry was a fun watch at Davidson. He went to the tournament. Davidson was unknown. Nobody really knew about Steph Curry. He had a fucking tournament from dude. And that kid, I mean, he looked like Rocky. He looked exactly like Rocky, just like kind of thinner and shit like that. Really nothing to him. I'm not trying to be a dick, but he was just fucking. He was so good in college, dude.
I love watching Marquette college-wise because a lot of my favorite players went there. Jimmy, D-Wade.
D-Wade was fucking nasty at Marquette,
in college,
dude.
Yeah. It was insane.
I hated him at fucking Marquette.
I love D-Wade. It's my favorite player of all time. Him and Jimmy.
Back when Cuse was playing in the Big East and fucking D-Wade he was so good.
Yeah, I wasn't like really paying attention that time frame, so I've only just watched like the highlight film, kind of like when I talk about Mike Tyson. They're like, "You watch Tyson?" I'm like, "I've seen his clips."
Shit.
Let's wrap through the rest of these here.
Here we go. 2 to go.
Jokic rips down another rebound. That's his 5th board to go along with 15 points. Oh, how about that pass? Jokic.
Wasn't quite that way when he came out of Colorado, but
I don't know what you sent me sometimes. This is the Jokic passing highlight reel.
Porter Jr. And he hits.
Beautiful pass.
That's what happens when you're high on TikTok. You just
look with your offense not set or your defense not set.
He's so good.
Jones off to a nice start.
He didn't even have to throw it like that. He didn't even have to. You know, let's see this and it's like
11 points. 11-point advantage for the Denver Nuggets.
Look down for throw it. It's touchdown. It's touchdown.
And he rattles it all, but the Nuggets.
And I go home to my horses yet.
Go up and shoot that, take a foul.
Surprised Gordon didn't drive that in.
He thought twice.
Jokic once again with eyes in the back of his head. And the Nuggets rebound. Siakam is a poor 3-point shooter, 26.5%. Jokic is bumped. He's doubled. Behind the back to Gordon. Who puts it away. Spectacular. Nuggets have made 6 straight shots. Kuzma, heat check. Rounded out. Another rebound for Jokic.
There you go.
Gordon's out there. And he puts it away. Precision pass by Nikola Jokic.
He's got to.
Now Murray to Jokic. Volleyballs it over to Watson off the bench for 3.
A little bit. He got hooked on that roll a little bit.
Nuggets have played an outstanding first half of basketball.
Exactly easy, but
energy and execution.
Yoink.
Goes Jokic.
I would trade my kidney if we could have him in New York on the Knicks. Like, I would get rid of my kidney, my liver. Just take all of it, dude. Dude, I want Jokic in New York, buddy.
You think when he was back home in Europe, he was watching just Magic Johnson clips on repeat?
Yeah. That's all.
I throw a ball like magic. I just
he was on his dial-up internet. Just it was going like a frame a fucking minute, and he was just watching Magic fucking dish the ball.
Like, Mom, get off phone. I watch Magic. Get off phone.
Have you ever seen anyone more hate the fact that they're good at something than fucking Jokic, dude? He looks so upset.
That clip, they're like, "Yo, sir, are you going to be in town Thursday for the parade?" He's like, "Parade? I have to go see horses."
He's like, "Dude, I'm getting the fuck out of here. We're gonna win, and I'm going home." That's all.
He's like, "What else do you guys want from me? Like, I just won you a championship. Let me get the fuck out of here. I'm clocking out now. Season's over. Is your season over? My season's over. I'm out."
Yeah, dude, he's great. I love that fucking guy.
Last one here.
Now this is hands down one of the most unreal finishes to a basketball game that you'll ever witness. Leave it to being an overtime game in Ball
It's the same shit we
State.
watched earlier with the fucking Ball State shit.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, fucking there's so much young talent in every sport coming up, whether it's hockey or basketball or football, that like it's something that like now is probably a great time for me to get in on in general, just for college football and everything. So like give me real quick, and then we're gonna wrap up here, like the 5 steps into becoming a college football fan. And like if I had to start picking a team to like tail and watch, who would you recommend me to like really lock in on this coming season?
Well, I think we'd have to send out a questionnaire for you. So do you like offense or defense?
Probably offense.
So we're probably going like, and are you like a bandwagoner or do you like the underdog?
Underdogs.
So we're probably gone to like the Big 12.
Yeah.
Where they play 0 defense.
Okay.
No, there's no defense at all.
He's like, so you should just watch Colorado State.
Fuck that. Never watch Colorado State do anything.
Like, I feel like you need like a coach that like gives good sound clips. I feel like Oklahoma State is the perfect team for you to follow. Mike Gundy is wild.
Dude,
that guy is
Wildcat.
Wild. So, and his offenses are fun.
Wildcat, and he's calling the Wildcat. Even at a running back.
Oklahoma State has some money too. They got
Oh,
I mean, they invest in their sports, and I think they have a pretty good baseball team.
I can't go watch the only team I've ever like actually had interest in. Like I can't watch Go Shador and Deion.
Oh yeah, fucking Colorado.
Yeah.
They'll be a high-powered offense and no defense. You'll love that shit. They're gonna get absolutely shithoused this year. So it's gonna be real fun for everyone.
All right, I'm gonna order my.
They might win like 3 games, so it'll be real fun watch for you.
I'm taking the over on 4.
Don't do it. Bad idea, buddy.
All right, guys, to recap before we run, we got these picks for you guys to tail tonight, and some NASCAR as well. So make sure you guys lock these in when you get the chance. Take a screenshot, lock them in, save them to your phone. These for hockey shots tonight, and then play these more as in like what ones you like, or if you don't agree, fade me on these picks. These are just lockups for like just the general to win. This doesn't mean this everything I'm betting on, but I am betting on these, and we are betting on these. So lock them in, check them out, and really, enjoy your day, make some money with the gang over here at Degen Fantasy. Any final thoughts before I let everyone run, guys?
NASCAR race starts at 4, so you got 3 hours to put in. So
lock in, get those picks in.
It's supposed to be really windy. Did you watch the pre-game or pre-race stuff yesterday?
Oh yeah.
They had some Vegas showgirls out there starting the race, and it was so windy that their headdresses were falling, their feathers were falling off their head. So it's supposed to be windy again, so maybe there might be a nip slip or something. So you might as well just
take the over on the slip.
Put in a couple minutes early before 4.
All right, boys. This is where the butter meets the pan. And listen, if you don't got something on the stove, you're not involved in the game. So listen, take these picks, enjoy your night, win some money. And this is Rocky Prop, Brian, and Double Down Dan. And we'll catch you guys next week.
See you later.
Later.
Brian said nip slip. That's so great.